I find romance. So I'm over here untangling some shit as usual because all my necklaces fell off the monitor where I had them. The ones I put together, I have to deliver one of them today, a couple of them tomorrow, and then I have some I need to mail out. And I need like a body with no head, like a little, I guess it's called a bust. I need a bust for my necklaces because this ain't about to work. Wonderland dance boogie a wonderland. Okay, so yeah, man, I'm over here. I'm over here. I used my blow dryer yesterday. My hair is very giving, very 70s and 80s luxuriousness. And I'm like, I'm not even done with it. So I just brought it out like this. This is a new thing. But to be honest, had I not worn my hair as big as I have worn it over the last year plus, I would never have worn it like this for y'all. So new reveals all the time with Shiva. So listen, we now have we now have in the spirit of doing too much, we now have a Creative AF t-shirt shop. Okay. You can get Weirdest Code for Genius in men's and women's, and you can get Don't Be a Self-Hater. You got you some steps to self-love on the back. You can buy those shirts. You can grab them. There's a link inside of the caption of this post. And I'm feeling pretty good. Actually, I just have a stomach ache a little bit. We went to Torchy's Tacos last night. Kayla had a little school event, but so glad we went because it was divine. One of the teachers, I know this is loud as fuck. Okay, so let me tell y'all why this is sometimes too loud. I know those people were like, "Oh, this bitch is yelling." Um, because I do this streaming show for one of the companies I contract with, and sometimes the show host can't hear me, so I'll be trying to turn it up so that he can hear me, but he don't be hearing me still because Mercury retrograde. Because it only happens during Mercury retrograde. It'll never happen any other time. So my apologies on that loudness because I know that was really loud because my mouth was right on top of that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I forgot to check that. Anyway, like I was saying, we went to Torchy's Tacos last night, and one of the ladies who works at my daughter's school, she has like a really interesting way that she teaches math and science. And so she was like, of course, I'm like, is there something you want to do? Because I asked if she wanted something from the counter, and she was like, no. And then I was like, okay, no, it's just the three of us. And then she was like, I was going to get this thing, but I decided not to. And I said, are you denying yourself pleasure? And she was like, yes. And I was like, I saw that. And then she was like, well, what do you do? And I was like, I'm a coach, a consultant. So I'm like a coach because you supposed to be a bad bitch. Let yourself get what you want. Let yourself experience what you want, you know? So I'm hoping that she will reach out to me so that we can create this thing that she's got because it is going to be life changing for those who experience it. That's all I am here to do, you guys, is help people step into their power so that they can power others. That's what I'm here for. I'm helping you step into your power so that you can then go power others. Because there are people who need what you have, what you know how to do. There's somebody right now who is in desperate need of what it is that you have, but you won't let nobody see it because you're afraid to shine. So that's what I'm for. I'm going to help you shine. That's my intention, and it's by design. Hallelujah. Yes, rhyme. So anyway, last night we went to the Torchies, like I was saying. Oh, I have comments. Hey, morning, Liz. So yes, we went to the Torchies, and my son was very frustrated because, they're about to have their UIL thing for basketball, like with the grades, but like he been fucking up in 2 classes. So he's very pressed about this last grade he needs to be put into the system in 2 classes. And I'm like, now see, if you had been doing your work, you wouldn't be down to the wire here going, is it gonna come true? Is it gonna come through? Because you would be doing your work. So he's like, it's the teacher's fault. I'm like, it's not the teacher's fault. Like, you and the teacher, now y'all have this contention. So, because he's like, every time I ask him about it, they're like, I'll get to it later. Well, they can tell you're desperate now. So that's why they're not giving it to you. But it's like, I have tried to show him and participate in his manifestations and aid him in correcting his vibration. Well, he won't be listening to me. He's only 17. So he's like, my mom really doesn't know anything except for how to cook and clean up and work. Like, why would she know anything else? Why would my mother have knowledge that I need? So, I'm looking into, like, what is a way for me to break this down for a teenage boy? Because when I give the information, when I'm like, all you got to do is XYZ, it's like it's going one ear out the other. And he's like, that does not make sense to me. So that kind of came to me yesterday. I was like, I really need to figure out how to break this up for the fellas, because they don't get the information in the same way as the ladies do. Like, I see the ladies go, okay, I'm about to go do it. Then they go do it. And I see the fellas go, okay. Okay. And I'm like, when you gonna do it, brother? When you gonna do it? So also, like I was saying, I finally put some t-shirts up in the little t-shirt shop. I've been sitting on those designs for a minute now. And I think I'm about to just start making fun of myself. Like, that's just gonna be part of my shtick, is this bitch does everything, because I just do the most. And I was like, oh my God, like, how do you even explain having t-shirts, courses, coaching, consulting, jewelry, card readings, astrology readings, and brand strategy, and just being fabulous, and podcasting and video casting? How does one explain all of those things? I just am. I just am. So yeah. Um, I don't know. Just I'm I'm excited to be me, I guess. I'm excited to be me. Like, I don't know. I guess I had never seen anybody like myself. So I'm like, that's really cool to be unique. So I don't know if I'm going to pull cards. My stomach is a little bit upset, probably from those tacos. And I was going in there. I was telling Liz, I was like, I'm about to be a luxurious person in here. No, I'm about to have a stomach ache. And then my son actually reported before he went to school that he had a stomach ache too. But I told him that he might have some anxiety surrounding these grades, because that can make your solar plexus act up and cause you to have a stomach ache. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at. It is Friday. This has been a really, I don't want to say weird week, but it has been weird with the Facebook outage. And like, a lot of people were angry early in the week. It was like, I'm tired of this. And then it was like, I'm depressed also. So now I'm pulling the cards, even though I said I know I was going to. I just love them. Okay, I'm calling in the support of my angels, ancestors, guides, my ascended masters, my heavenly Father, my Creator who lives in me. Hallelujah. I honor and see myself. I agree to find the path, stay the course, trust the process, and enjoy the journey. Amen. All right, we are going to see what we can get out of here for the energy of the day. But also, like, I like being able to say I know how to create all of these different things for my clients. Like I have somebody right now wants to create a course. Well, I know how to do that. So good. I can use my skills to help the client. I know how to podcast. I can use those skills to help the client. I have somebody who needs to open up a t-shirt shop. Good. I can use my skills to help the client. So a lot of this stuff is like not just for me, but just to say I know how to do it so we can get it done. You know, I guess that's how I look at it. Like, it's not a waste of my time to prepare courses and t-shirt shops and jewelry shops and all kinds of stuff. And because I need to know how to do e-commerce, of course, media. So I know how to do it. But that's how I ended up here with the podcast, period. Because I really wanted a job in marketing and nobody would give me one. I mean, at least the people that I applied for jobs with. And I was like, well, I need to give myself a brand or something to grow, to work on, something that I can run and do marketing. And so I started a podcast with some girls, and I mean, we grew, we grew and ended up getting in the Chronicle a couple times, and having some really excellent success with our download numbers. And I think that's all a blessing. Like, I taught myself how to do what it was that I wanted to do because I couldn't get a job doing it. And I think that's a really great, it's a really good, it's a really great skill to have. And that's also something that used to make me feel shame because I was like, well, I guess I'm different, and a lot of people stop themselves from doing that kind of thing. But I mean, I just have to be myself. I can't worry about whether or not other people can do all the things that I can do. I had a dream last night that I was wearing a Superwoman costume and I was hiding it. I was like, okay, you caught me. You caught me. I'm Superwoman. I'm not, though. I'm a human. Queen of Pentacles. Fucking Superwoman. A fucking Superwoman. But yeah, I was hiding the costume. I didn't want anybody to see it. Ace of Cups in reverse. But that's some pretty heavy imagery, though, I think. Page of Pentacles in reverse. King of Pentacles in reverse. My goodness. My goodness. What are you trying to say here? I kind of look at those King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles as like a husband and wife card. But I'm just asking about the energy of today. So maybe I'm getting, because I've been kind of focused on this inner union thing, like with the embody the goddess information and the reading and like, moving towards like we're doing an event in December at the full moon, right near the solstice, that will have a similar theme. I think my focus has really just been too scattered, like I was just saying about doing all these things. But my focus really needs to be on the feminine awakening, like helping solidify that, because the females have been awakened for some time. And while they are moving in the direction they need to be moving in, they're lacking that masculine balance that allows them to go out and get it also. Like, you need to also be able to go out and get it and protect yourself. It's not about being a damsel in distress. It's about being your own hero. And then once you're vibrating in your queendom, then you will have this life of whatever you designed, right? So I think a lot of people hesitate to check in with themselves when they're feeling something in order to find the true balance. So like there's an avoidance here when it comes to feeling the thing, then creating to fix or adjust whatever it is that you're lacking, instead of saying, I wish I had a man to come through here and do this for me. Well, you know you need it right now. You're feeling it. Well, so why you don't do it? And the primary way I see this happen is in the dating sphere. Like when I talk about dating myself or doing these things for myself, sometimes people look at me so sideways and they're like, what do you mean by that? Why would I do that? Because that's how you manifest anything. That's how you manifest anything, is by putting yourself in the vibration of having the thing already. So it's like, put yourself in the vibration of having somebody to date so you can have somebody to date. Just like with my son, any desperation that you feel is going to stop you from being with this thing that you are trying to manifest. So if it is a partnership, like I said, I see these King and Queen of Pentacles as a husband and wife card in the physical and the material. Your desperation or misery for it is not going to bring the husband in here. It's not. So whatever you're feeling about it, you need to be honest about that so that you can start to advance through manifestation and the practice that I just talked about to bring in whatever it is you want. And it might not be a physical partnership. It could be a business. It could be a brand. It could be a new product. It could be an idea that you want to bring into fruition. But the longer you sit and wait, like last night, my son needed to turn in an assignment for one of these classes that he's not passing. And I walk in there and he's asleep. You're asleep in front of the laptop. That's not going to get you what it is that you want. You need to wake up and take action. Waking up to take action in the physical is how you get the things in the physical. Just sitting there wishing for it is not going to make it happen for you. I sure wish I had that business running that I think about all day long, every day. Oh, well, I won't do anything to produce. It's not going to be here if you don't do any work for it. And sometimes work is in adjusting your vibration and checking in with your emotions, doing shadow work. So yes, I don't even know how we got here, but that's where we are today. That's where we are today. So I think I probably will start doing some readings, but not like I don't know if I subscribe to the twin flame concept, because it's very I need to fix myself for this man. It's very I need to be in my right vibration for the man. No, you need to do it for you. Forget about him. He has his own work to do. You need to do it for you. So my focus is on women needing to get their shit together for them. So I probably will start doing some of those. So I'm going to be like the opposite of all those girls you see on YouTube that are like, the divine masculine is, but I'm not even going to talk about them. What's to talk about? What's to talk about? That's not you. We need to focus on you. The focus is on you. And that's the problem, is you can't focus on you because you're focused on them. How can you get right if you never put the focus on you? Your focus is squarely on them. That's not going to fix shit. You. Focus on you. Focus on you. Focus on adjusting you. Focus on getting your life together. Put your list down. Where do I need to adjust? I say I want my house like this, but what do I do at my house? I mean, it can't be any other way than how it is. So it's your responsibility to step up, make the adjustments wherever you need to make those adjustments. All right. So I'm going to go get my daughter up for school. And like I said, I'm not even sure how we got here, but this is what I pulled today. Oh, let me see about doing a starseed card. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm excited about the t-shirts though. Really excited about that. Because I've been talking about Weirdest Code for Genius since last year. Last year, I was like, I'm weird. And my girl Jen was like, Weirdest Code for Genius, honey. And I was like, I'm putting that on a t-shirt. And so I did. And so I did. Because it's true. I think a lot of people call themselves weird or feel weird, but like it is genius. So like it's just about you accepting that genius. Like my genius and your genius and me and Liz genius is different than the genius of the next person. But it's okay to be different. Like we do not have to be the same. We do not have to be the same. Trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. Be anxious for nothing. My friend Aaron used to say that all the time. And don't worry. Oh, I left a card over there. Anyway, I guess we didn't need it. So yes, don't worry. Things are working out as they're supposed to. And don't forget to use your heart. Ace of Cups in reverse. Motherfuckers are trying to manifest without feeling an emotion. Who does that? And you know what? I think that might be the thing. When it comes to me trying to help men do this, they're disconnected a lot from that space. They're disconnected a lot from that. So when I'm like, well, you got to use your emotions. They're like, what is an emotion? So when they start to feel something, it's like, I'm going to go this way. I don't like the way this feels. We don't need to talk about it. But you'll never get to the point of saying, damn, this is what's blocking me, or this is what I really want. I should ask for this, because you won't follow the feeling. You won't follow the feeling. And don't forget, in the Trigger Transmutation Guide, I do talk a little bit about this. You should definitely get one. If you don't know how to do shadow work, it's a great little guide for that activity. But yes, you must be using your heart. Your heart is how you manifest here, your emotions. It's not just, I saw it. It's not just, I spoke it. No, did you feel it? Did you feel it? Did you feel it? And unfortunately, you can't really get to using the chakras in the upper part of the system until you are healing the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus. So that is the thing. You got to get down in there. You cannot be in an avoidance space acting like it's okay. I was traumatized. My mom and daddy used to beat me up or whatever. This is my dad's issue. My mom and I talked about this yesterday. My grandpa used to, of course, beat them up. And my dad was very sensitive. So he felt shame for being sensitive. They probably called him faggot. Not even going to lie about it. Because he was sensitive. And that's just terrible. It's terrible to abuse a child that way. And then send that child out to be somebody else's parent. What you doing? Like, what are you doing? So it's just, it's very like, it's very unsettling, I guess, when it comes to how I feel about the male population in this, because they are having these awakenings and they're getting in touch with their crown and, you know, their third eye and even their throat chakra. But your heart is where everything meets. Everything meets in the heart center. So you really can't even use this until you've dealt with what's happening below there. And a lot of them are stuck. So, you know, I think that's why we have an advantage as the feminine, because we're like, oh my God, I was assaulted, I was molested, I was, you know, this or that. And then we just deal with it because, you know, we're like communing about it. There's so many of us who are like, me too, sis. And we hug and whatever. But like they don't get to express so freely because there's so much shame associated with that experience, or even just, you know, being hurt. It's just a lot. And I think right now for me, I just want to help these ladies get into full balance, and then I can veer back over there because I'm like, how many times are we gonna talk about this, sir? You know. So I don't know. Y'all just stay with me. I'm growing. I'm shifting. And I think it's a beautiful thing, and we'll see what plays out. Once again, if you want to get a t-shirt, you can grab a t-shirt at the link in the captions. Don't be a self-hater has steps to self-love on the back, and weird is code for genius, and you can get that in a men or women's cut. Okay. All right. So I'll see y'all later, and don't be a self-hater. Okay.